If you're planning a trip to Helsinki, Finland, there's one must-visit destination that should be at the top of your list: Suomenlinna, Sea Fortress. The Sea Fortress is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and a true gem of Finnish history. As you explore the fortress, you'll be transported back in time to the 18th century, marveling at its impressive fortifications, picturesque landscapes, and charming cobblestone streets. Whether you're a history buff, a nature lover, or simply looking for a unique picnic place, Suomenlinna has something for everyone. We begin our adventure right in the heart of the Helsinki city, at the bustling market square. This vibrant hub is the starting point for our excursion. Taking the ferry to Sea Fortress is not only an enjoyable experience but also offers stunning views of Helsinki from the Baltic Sea. Embark the adventure at the Sea Fortress Suomenlinna by walking into the heart of the islands, where you find Visitors Center. Let the island's beauty and historical charm captivate your senses. Suomenlinna, a UNESCO World Heritage Site and National Monument, receives around 1 million annual visitors. It's not only a historical attraction but also a district within Helsinki, housing about 800 residents. For this reason, visitors are expected to respect the privacy of residents. If you want to see how the giant passenger ferries of the Baltic Sea glide past close by, time your visit according to their departure or arrival schedules. Now a bit of history. During the Swedish era, Sweden's decline as a superpower and losses to Russia in the 1700s led to a focus on strengthening defenses in Finland. In 1747, the Swedish parliament decided to construct a central fortress with a naval base in Helsinki and a border fortress in Degerby near Lovisa. Work on the fortress, located on the Susilauto Islands, now Suomenlinna, off Helsinki, began in 1748. By 1750, it was named Svaborg, later called Viapori in Finnish. A dry dock was established there to build warships for the archipelago fleet. However, the grand fortification plans were eventually scaled down due to various reasons, and attention shifted to building a sea fortress. The active phase of Viapori's construction concluded over 40 years after its commencement. The original aim of completing the fortress in 4 years wasn't achieved, partly due to interruptions like the Pomeranian War, 1756 to 1763, although this conflict didn't directly affect Viapori. In the Russo-Swedish War of 1788 to 1790, Gustav III's War, Viapori proved valuable as a naval base, although it didn't see actual combat. The fortress was besieged by Russian forces in 1808 during the Russo-Swedish War, and despite minimal fighting, Commandant C.O. Kronstedt chose to surrender the fortress, the reasons for which remain a mystery. This surrender marked the end of the Swedish era for Viapori as it was taken over by the Russians, ushering in a new chapter in its history. In May 1808, Viapori Fortress surrendered to the Russians, initiating a new era. After the Swedes left, it came under Russian imperial government control, as Finland became an autonomous Grand Duchy of Russia. The Russians expanded the fortress to Santahamina, Kuningasari, and Valasari, built barracks and an Orthodox church designed by Konstantin Thun. As the 1800s progressed, Viapori's military significance declined due to financial neglect. Neglected maintenance led to decay. The Crimean War, 1853 to 1856, raised concerns, and a combined Anglo-French fleet bombarded Viipuri in 1855, causing severe damage. Late 19th to early 20th century saw repairs, but Viipuri's importance dwindled among other Russian fortresses. A mutiny occurred in 1906 during Russian revolutionary unrest, lasting 4 days. In World War I, Viipuri was part of Peter the Great's naval fortress, guarding St. Petersburg. After the Russian Revolution and Finland's independence in 1918, the Finnish government took control, renaming it Suomenlinna, Castle of Finland. The Finnish era of Suomenlinna, which followed the Russian period, saw significant changes. Although Finland declared independence in 1917, Viipuri, now Suomenlinna, which means Castle of Finland, remained under Russian control until spring 1918 during the Finnish Civil War. Towards the war's end, the White forces established a prison camp in Suomenlinna for up to 8,000 Red prisoners. Many prisoners were executed, and the poor conditions led to disease-related deaths. The last prisoners were released in March 1919. In May 1918, the fortress was renamed Suomenlinna to reflect Finnish independence, becoming part of Finland. It began housing defense forces units and became a Finnish garrison. The fortress underwent gradual renovations and became a tourist destination. During the Winter War in 1939, Suomenlinna housed anti-aircraft, artillery units, and Finnish submarines. After the Continuation War, 1941 to 1944, only a few military units remained. In the mid-1960s, the defense forces decided to vacate the fortress, completed in 1972 when the Suomenlinna Coastal Artillery Regiment left. Civilian administration took over, and renovation work began. The Naval Academy is the sole military presence today. Suomenlinna gained UNESCO World Heritage status in 1991 and has become a popular tourist attraction in Finland. Now is the time to end a great day out on one of the most atmospheric terraces in Helsinki. Thank you very much. We would greatly appreciate your likes, comments and subscriptions to our channel. Until next time.